Croeso, Shamai, and welcome to the latest episode of FC Cymru. We're here at Dow Primary School to learn about the first black player to play for Wales in Eddie Paris. We'll be talking to the kids about why it's important and to celebrate him. I'm here joined by my guest, Rob. Rob, are you ready?
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Celebrating Eddie Paris, a pioneer, talking about my journey, experiences. So I can't wait to speak to all the kids.
Cool, amazing. Also, coming up, we have the under-21s playing their Show Racism the Red Cards game at Rodney Parade. And we'll be at Cardiff City Stadium as Taylor Swift star friendship bands are sweeping the terraces as Cymru women look to make history. All that to come. Let's go inside, meet the guests and meet the children.
Today, the first thing we're going to look at on the screen is connected to Chepstow and the local area. So it's a little bit of local history, and it's about someone who should be very famous in Chepstow because he's actually famous all over Wales, and he played for Chepstow Town. So we're going to find out a little bit about him. It's local history, it's Cynefin, it's Welsh history, it's British history, and it's also black history. Because this player, this footballer, his father was from Barbados and came over to Britain. He fought in the First World War, his father, for Britain, and then moved to Britain and settled down just outside Chepstow.
When you're called up and you're now in the squad to play for Wales. And the dream that was like years and years ago was now actually happening, and putting the red Wales shirt on and going out in front of the fans. That was definitely my proudest moment.
How did you feel when you managed to do a front flip for the first time?
Felt amazing.
Darren, how was that for you?
Yeah, people seem to listen, they seem to enjoy it. There were lots of questions being asked, particularly of Rob. Obviously to see a Welsh international in the flesh is always exciting. It is for me, and I think for the kids as well. And some really interesting questions around Eddie Paris as well.
How did you guys find the talk? Was it informative? Did you learn anything?
I learned a lot of stuff about racism. I learned a lot about Eddie, and there's a plaque that you can read about him outside his house.
Darren, so why is it important to remember people like Eddie in Chepstow?
I think because it's a reminder that there's been a black presence in Wales for a long time, before the Windrush. Eddie's father fought for Britain in World War I and was part of what was then the British Empire. And then the family, in his father coming here and Eddie becoming the first black player for Wales is it's a historic moment. And I think those sort of things just have to be marked and remembered. A mural would be fantastic to have in Chepstow, perhaps linking in with black players who followed in his footsteps. But something to mark his significance to Wales, to Britain, to Chepstow, I think would be great.
It's amazing, and it's actually amazing celebrating the richness and the diversity that is actually here in Wales. Thank you, and thank you guys. Yes, it's not just Black History Month in October, but also Show Racism the Red Cards Month of Action. You guys have been taking part all over the country, and Cymru under-21s have been playing at Rodney Parade. Laro was there.
Welcome to Rodney Parade, and a huge evening for the Cymru under-21s. They could well make history tonight, but we're also here to find out about Show Racism the Red Card and their month of action. You guys have been supporting it right across the country. So, first of all, we're going to show a few photos of you guys and show what you've been doing to support it. But we're also going to find out exactly what it's about and find out how we can all support Show Racism the Red Card. Well, Sean, listen, thank you for joining us. When we talk about the month of action for Show Racism Red Card, how important is it to continue that conversation?
Absolutely. I mean, it's not just a month, it's all year, really. The conversation's got to continue. You know, talking about sort of racism and how it affects people and the impact it has on individuals, but just recognising it still exists, people are still suffering, and just keeping the conversation going is vitally important.
And for you with No Boundaries, what exactly do you guys do there, and how does that impact the sort of your community?
No Boundaries is an anti-racist education consultancy group, and we go around lots of schools, we go around, we speak to the staff, police officers, prison officers, Channel 4, we go to universities, so mostly adult education in terms of making sure that people are aware of what racism is firstly, and the impact again it has on people, but not only the impact, what are the solutions? You know, what can we do as a collective to ensure that Wales becomes an anti-racist country by 2030.
Dean, listen, thank you so much for joining us. It's that time of the year again, Show Racism Red Card. We've seen teams from across the country joining in. How do you want players, people to get involved in it?
Yeah, so it's really important that we got all grassroots teams, professional teams, men's, women's, all kinds of forms of football, whether that's your little dribblers, your little ones, or your walking football. So across all ages, understanding that we're saying no to racism, we're standing against racism, but also through the month we're providing education to coaches and players so they understand to recognise racism and how they can actually challenge it within the game and within society.
So when the players are warming up, wearing their t-shirts, what does that mean for you?
It means a lot for me, but also means a lot for the young people that are here today and the adults, but specifically the young people. So when we're having conversations around racism, that it's normalised, and actually when they're seeing the players wearing, they can aspire to be like them and stand against racism in all its forms and challenge racism when they see it.
When we see footballers standing against it and showing their respect for their friends, for their neighbours, for people who are like them, it starts to bring more and more awareness. But my hope is that we can see this change in the society after we leave the stadium, after we go home and reflect and ask ourselves, am I racist? How do I treat such and such person in my neighborhood? How do I relate to them when I pass by them on my village? You know, I hope that football will make people think more and more and ask themselves, if we can be united for one nation in the stadium, we can be united outside there. We can be united everywhere. So that's my hope.
So, Rob, how was that for you, just talking about your experiences?
Excellent, as always. I love coming out to schools and speaking to the young kids. Brilliant, yeah, really good. But what I love is the excellent questions, because you can answer what they're thinking and talk a little bit about my experiences.
Why is it important to talk about your heritage, your identity? Why is it important for you?
It's important for me because, you know, I think all of us, we're all young kids at some point, and we're all facing different things or see different things, and some experience different challenges along the way. So what's great is that there's a way and an awareness to talk about it, and people to support that, and maybe questions that you think in your head are getting answered because people talk about it and there's a platform. So I think for me that's excellent, because when I was a kid, didn't have people to speak to, platforms and people trying to give other people support for what's going on and what they're going through. So I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, and it was nice to hear, because you said that obviously you're actually born in Zambia, but you grew up in Wales. So how did essentially living here kind of make you feel to then represent the country that is Wales?
Yeah, I think the best thing is I found Wales home, but you find home because of your friends and where you go to school, but how welcoming people are, how kind people are to you, how they bring you in as one of their own.
And it's beautiful to see, because we actually spoke about something like this off camera, and I was saying, even for me, like, Wales is my home. Like there's a saying, home is where the heart is, and obviously traveling across the country, I'm very much Cardiff in my ways. You know, I love the fact that if someone bumps into you, you'll say sorry. that kind of thing. For you guys, how does it feel to feel Welsh? Like, how does that feel for you guys?
I feel like proud to be Welsh.
And how about you?
Like Emma said, I feel proud to be Welsh and I'm proud of where I was born.
Oh, amazing. That's amazing. Lil, you were actually born in England?
Yeah.
And now you live in Wales. How was it for you?
It was really good. When I joined the school, I knew a couple of people because I joined the football team before coming here. So I knew a couple of people, and they were like, "Oh, like show me around and stuff."
Yeah. So you play football. So the Cymru women are going to be playing. Will you guys be supporting them? Yes.
Yes.
Do you guys also like Taylor Swift?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it seems that at the Cymru Women's playoff semi-final, Swiftie-style friendship bracelets were sweeping the terraces.
So our wider women's national team campaign is of course for us, for them, for her, and we really wanted to celebrate for her. We wanted to bring a ball set to the Cymru women's national team, and inspired of course by Taylor Swift, we came up with Bracelet for her, which is what we see behind us, everyone making bracelets. I think it was really important so our Cymru fans be able to show their support visibly.
I think just making them just to, I don't know, support the women, yeah.
What's yours say?
Mine says Cymru on it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Fish lot one.
What
Oh,
does
here's
yours say
mine.
on it?
Fish lot.
I'm making a bracelet and it's gonna say Wales. I'm making some friendship bracelets and mine's gonna say my name.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah.
I think it's really important for the community and for everybody to come together and watch the football. And we've loved football my whole life, his whole life, so yeah.
You may have seen across social media, we've had our Cymru women's national team receiving their bracelets, wearing them with pride, and of course our male allies in the men's national team wearing the her bracelets and showing their support across social media, as well as our poet Duke Al. So it's been really brilliant to bring this celebration together and see so many fans getting excited to show their support too.
Recently released an update on our FAWales for her strategy, and in that we've seen like exponential growth across the whole game. So we've like doubled the fan base since we released the strategy in 2021, doubled participation, investment, everything. So I think for us, especially for the girls tonight, it's so important to just get as many people here. I think this will be our most attended game this year. Just to get as many people together to get behind the girls and really show their support. About what they're out doing there today, we just want to, especially with like all of this, everything that's going on, we just want to inspire nation of boys and girls to get a knowledge of football.
I think, as Eloise has touched upon, to have young boys and young girls looking up to these women as role models, how we are seeing that growth and how that can go even further, for us to be able to celebrate Wales, our nation, in a tournament, being at that top table and just inspire so many others across the nation. I think it'd be so important.
Thank you so much for your support tonight. You were absolutely massive for us here in the Cardiff Stadium. We can't wait to see you all in the playoff final in November. Tickets are on sale now, so get them.
congrats to Cymru for advancing to the Euro 2025 playoff final, and good luck to Rian Wilkinson and the team, and a big thank you to Dell Primary School for having us, and even bigger thank you to Rob Earnshaw, Dean Pimble and Darren Chetty. Make sure you check out on Red Wall Plus, and we'll see you soon. Take care.